And we're live. Look at that. 20 seconds early this time. Love to see it. On time.
Making up
ready.
for lost time.
Exactly.
All
little
the
by
times
little.
we were 20 minutes late. We're going to start going 20 minutes early, 20 seconds early now until we catch up.
Yeah.
Underdog today, 12-teamer, half PPR. Anything else?
No, it's the usual.
The standard, the usual. Come hang out, come draft with us.
Dude, look at these legs.
Yeah.
They're really glowing right now.
You really fucking threw me when you walked in with shorts today.
It's been a while. I haven't been able to
shorts.
I haven't been able to. No pants. Tony, no pants.
Well, I'm calling you Tony no shorts because you never have shorts on.
Well, for a while, it was looking like a goddamn tragedy, me in shorts, because I was missing a sleeve of hair on one of my legs.
That was like a year ago.
Dude, it took a while to grow back.
Really?
Yeah, I think my legs are just so hairy that if one of them's only like half grown, it's still noticeable.
That's fair.
But it's so hot in the city. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what people say on the stream. I'm wearing shorts. I don't want to be uncomfortably hot.
You didn't even put a fan on you.
It's okay. We got the AC fixed. I thought the AC guy was going to make an appearance. Thought he was going to come and make our first round pick for us.
Well, he was. I could have told him to stay.
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, or you were asking him, like, why does the AC keep going off? He was like, why do you keep taking bad picks in the first round?
I was like,
why don't you let me cook? Or else I'll make you guys turn off your AC. How we doing, everyone? How we doing? If you don't already know,
download Underdog. Use the promo code
DIME.
Sexy.
Or sexy.
Or
Dimes,
BDGE.
Or BDGE.
Don't matter.
Hella codes. We have codes for days. But that'll get you a 100% deposit match bonus, so you can join these drafts with us. You can play pick'ems. You can do season-long over-unders. Also, Discord link down in the description. Join that, because that's where the link to get in these drafts gets dropped, which I'm going to do in a minute. Just want everybody to conjugate vocab word, which reminds me, we also have a new trivia YouTube page with new trivias starring yours truly, going up about once every 3 days, 3-4 times a week.
Let's fucking draft, brother.
Yeah. I was just going through all the announcements that we got.
You don't need that. That's end of content. People already clicked off. We're done. We're finished.
I just want people to gather around the campfire. All right. Discord, you know where it gets dropped. If you're in here, you're in here. You gonna join?
Should I?
No.
Why would you ask me? I wasn't even paying attention.
Damn. Now I got your attention.
Yeah, now I'm in. Now I'm in that mother sucker. Now I'm in there like a fucking wedgie.
Link has been dropped.
Where?
In bullshitting? Wasn't that in bullshitting?
Nope.
Damn, I missed it. Oh, it was in fantasy talk. You know.
Did it already fucking fill? By that guy being like, why is it taking me to the app store when it filled?
Did it take the app store?
Yeah, that's what happens when it fills.
No, it's still waiting for one.
What?
If you're active in the Discord, you saw it. Yo.
All right, stop popping up. I understand you have a new fucking game mode. Oh, that's why. Oh, that's why I didn't get in.
Let's go.
Stupid.
Share the screen. We'll share the screen. Just give us a second, all right? I'm letting y'all marinate on my legs for a second. Screen. Considered it shared. There we go. We are drafting out of the 12th spot. Perfect. All my picks are going to get sniped. Love that. Love it. All right, so last week or last weekend, I guess, you were hosting. Bless you. You were hosting some family members.
Was I?
Yeah, you went to Agave. Doing brunch. So I tried to take this over by myself. Mixed bag of opinions. Some
the comments look good.
Really?
They looked like they were entered. Do you check the comments and the content that you make?
I do, but then I see one bad one. I'm like, all right, nothing here for me.
I thought it was going to be a bloodbath.
I thought it was a bloodbath.
No, I think most of the comments turned out well. Not like the live comments, but like the comments on the video afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They were at least highly entertained. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, the fantasy analysis wasn't all there, but I thought we had a good time. But I was getting roasted because people were like, dude, you're not correlating your picks, or you're not correlating your draft picks on weeks 15 through 17 during the championship.
Were you in a tournament?
I was in the best ball tournament.
Best Ball Mania?
Best Ball Mania, yeah.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Right. But like that's something I never pay a mind to.
Yeah, that's why you'll never win.
I don't know.
The
if
guys
that's
that win
why.
this thing literally like auto fucking enter and max out the teams and also have like everything down to a fine-tuned detail of how many players are picking on the roster, like week 17 correlations. It's actually out of control. It's not
It
even
is out of
fun. I don't
control.
even know how they enjoy doing it.
But I thought I had some pretty good stacks in there for the playoff weeks without even really trying, because I was just making picks,
That's just how
doing
fucking
stacks.
that's how nice
And
you are. At this
exactly.
now.
That's how nice I'm with it. I don't even got to think about it. People were just like, "Ooh, Kirk Cousins, Jordan Addison, killer stack,
Ooh, that Kirky KJ Osborne stack.
killer stack."
Gorgeous.
So we're about to make our first 2 picks here, but I wanted to get in to some of the best stacks for those weeks. So if you do join a Best Ball Mania draft, you know who to be looking out for. You know who to be targeting. And I'm hoping that this guy falls to me and that you don't snipe him. Don't you go sniping him. All right. I know y'all listening. I know.
Well, this isn't a Best Ball Mania. We don't.
This isn't.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to do. I wanted to make up for last time. You know.
All right, we'll make up.
And both my guys just went. CeeDee Lamb and Jalen Waddle. Both of them have amazing weeks.
I'm not
15,
really opposed
16,
to like
17.
Eckler here.
I'm not opposed to it either.
I'm not opposed to an Eckler and a wide receiver start. Or if you want to get real freaky, Eckler and another running back, a little Chubb action. Maybe.
That might be a little too freaky for me.
Too freaky naughty. All right.
But listen to this: the Chargers in their last 3 weeks play the Las Vegas Raiders, right? Jimmy G Raiders.
I can keep
which
up,
is
don't worry.
Okay.
I got you.
The Raiders, the Bills, great shootout game, shootout potential, and then Denver. Denver might be a little iffy, but
that doesn't really feel like a shootout schedule to me.
No, it doesn't.
Bills could be good, but like Raiders, whatever the Broncos doesn't feel like a high scoring affair.
Actually, I'm gonna go Amon-Ra here. I'm going Amon-Ra over Garrett Wilson here on these back-to-back picks because I'm looking at these last 3 weeks. The Lions play Denver, Minnesota, and Dallas. So week 16, 17 is going to be nice at Minnesota, at Dallas.
When I was on the Caps Off podcast, they asked me a question that I thought was interesting. Well, they at least I think had kind of an interesting answer. But the question was, which players or player do you think is unjustly really hyped up as an NFL player because of his fantasy stuff? Like, he's not actually that good of an NFL player, but he's been so good in fantasy that people like think he's really, really good. My answer initially was Joe Mixon. Like, for me, I just don't think he's that great of a running back, but he's been super relevant. Yeah.
If anything, I think of him as the opposite. Better real life running back than fantasy running back.
What?
Because I think he could do a lot of things for an NFL team. They just don't. They just don't have him catching passes.
He's just fucking fat and slow and never has big runs. And he runs guys over and scores touchdowns, but I feel like he's just not a good running back. But he'll be like a top 10 fantasy running back every year.
Joe Mixon was your answer. That's
but
kind of wild.
Yeah, that was my. I feel like I've said Joe Mixon's been overrated for like fucking 4 years, but he's always been good at fantasy. So okay, so do you see all the answers right there?
Eckler.
That was their answer as well. They think that Eckler's so highly rated in the NFL that he only gets that because of fantasy, which I guess I can understand. But Eckler, I don't know, dude. Eckler's like what, back-to-back 1,800 yard seasons, 18 touchdowns. At some point, like, something's got to give there.
Eckler even comes out and says himself, like, I don't want to be the workhorse. And the Chargers are just like, there's no one better than you.
Yeah.
Like, we just have to.
Well, they were saying, like, when they asked if they interview other NFL players, then they're like, name your top 5 running backs. Eckler's like never in the conversation, which is kind of interesting. Hard to believe.
That is interesting. I
mean, I guess if you're an NFL player answering that question, you're probably like Derrick Henry, Saquon, C-Mac.
You probably put your own running back on your team.
Yeah, like I could see how Eckler falls down.
Sanders.
But I feel like his stats have been so good that at some point you can't just be like, oh, he's only good for fucking fantasy. He's a savage.
Yeah, that doesn't feel right, saying that he's only relevant because of fantasy. I don't know who I would say to answer that question, honestly.
Well, I'm gonna go into it on next week's video a little bit more because I think only like 2 categories of players would fall into it. I think mobile quarterbacks and running backs are the only ones that you can really choose there. Because receivers, like, if you're not good, you don't get the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have to earn targets while you're on the field. If you're a running back and they call a run play, you're getting the ball regardless. So it's like volume dictates fantasy success. So I think like those are the only two that could really fall into that category.
There's never been a time though that like a receiver was just force fed because he was the only like viable option.
I'm sure it's happened, but it almost like if you look at the top 15 fantasy wide receivers from last year, you look and you're like, every one of these guys is like a good fucking receiver. You look at the running backs, you're like, Jamal Williams is like the RB7. Like he's not that good. You know, like that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah. Jamal Williams was the guy that first came to my brain. But I also feel like we know, like, I don't think
anyone like, ranks him that highly.
Exactly.
All right, let's see. Yeah, Adam. Put Adam's comment on the screen real quick. Can you do the Underdog Superflex tourney next? Yeah, I'll do on Saturday when I stream from my office. I'll do a Superflex draft for you guys on Underdog. Been dying to do those. They took them down for a while, but like most of my redraft stuff is Superflex, so I want to make sure that we get a ton of content and strategy around those kind of drafts for you guys. All right, let's look back at the board. Wow, Najee's moving up. Was he at the 3-1? If I saw that board correctly.
Is that 3-1?
That's a 2-3 turn right there, right?
Dang.
That's the earliest I've seen him in a minute.
All right, here we go.
Jacobs news doesn't sound good. It feels like they're getting kind of serious that he might hold out for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how much I believe. It's still early in the summer, so it's kind of hard to not take it with a grain of Don's fries salt, but
I don't really like anybody in this range right now.
It's crazy how quickly Underdog's ADP just like fishes sizes. You're just like, damn, I hate everybody.
Is it crazy to go with Lamar here?
I don't really think so.
Yeah, I kind of do.
I think you're just getting a good player that's not risky. Like I feel like he's going to be good for fantasy where all the other guys I feel risk with.
I think I'd rather have ETN.
Okay.
I don't love it.
2 guys.
I don't love it at all, but I'm going to do it anyways. And then between all these receivers, they all kind of feel very similar to me.
Yeah, Kelsey, you could always request content. I'll probably turn it down, but I'm interested in hearing.
I want to go Keenan, but the only thing holding me back is that we already have Eckler.
You better fucking make sure we get Herbie.
Fuck it. I know Debo's like such a mid pick, but I'm doing it anyways. Oh man.
How do you think this offense turns out? Like if you had to guess,
Debo feels safe, but it doesn't feel like it. He's not going to be that wide receiver like 3 or whatever he was a couple years ago.
Do you think what's more likely? Debo, what's more likely? Kittle finishing as a top 3 fantasy tight end or Debo being a top 15 fantasy wide receiver?
Top 15?
Like I don't really think that's likely. I mean, neither of them are, I guess, but
I would say Kittle's more likely only because the tight end position is like really weird. I guess Kelsey has like the one spot locked up, but then I think damn near anybody in the NFL can be like the tight end 2 in fantasy.
Yeah, I just can't get a read for the offense. You know,
I can't either.
Like who gets hurt the most out of the personnel there?
Who gets hurt the most? I mean,
no, not physically.
Oh, okay.
Like whose statistics get hurt the most? You know.
Yeah.
C-Mac, IU. It's like I kind of want all of them, but then I kind of want none of them, you know? I think I'm going to take a lot of Kittle. I feel like Kittle's going to be a guy that's going to end up on a lot of my teams now.
I like it. But let's see. Our last 2 picks here, we took a Jaguar who has a pretty tough schedule in these playoff runs. Baltimore, Tampa, Carolina. I really just took ETN there because I think he was best player available. My stacking of the playoff weeks is already out the window. And with the 49ers, they got Arizona, Baltimore, Washington.
Who's that?
That was the 49ers schedule at the end. Arizona, probably one of the worst teams. Like, that'll be a buttery, soft defense, but definitely not shootout territory. Baltimore, I don't really know. But
what's tough about drafting so early in the season? Like, we've been doing these drafts now for a couple months.
You have no idea how defenses are.
No, not even
about like trying to draft with this correlation.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I was just saying players in general. Like you took ETN being like he's the best player available, and like my mind I've already like subcategorized every player about whether or not I like him or whether or not I don't like him, and then like every other secondary thought I have, I feel like stems off of that. It's like he's the best player available. It's like no chance. But like because I've already painted ETN as like a guy that I'm worried about, it's like I don't want him anywhere. You know, like no matter
Right.
how far he moves down the board, and that's like a problem with drafting so early. Is like you get this definitive kind of idea of a player, and then it's hard to like change your mind.
Yeah, but I mean, like any of these receivers, I'm just like I'm not excited about. I think ETN has some pretty nice potential in them.
Yeah, no, I agree. Tank kind of scares me a little bit, but ETN's a really good fucking player.
I think even if Tank eats into a little bit of his work, like ETN could be nice. I think the
Tank dog?
Jaguars' offense is just going to be electric.
Yeah, I feel like I was doing some research today. I was one of the videos next week. I kind of want to talk about Christian Kirk. I feel like he's getting a little bit disrespected now, going down in like the seventh round.
Pulled out last year.
He was wide receiver 1 last year, and it's like the offense is going to fucking eat. I like Ridley obviously more, but where'd Ridley go in this third?
He went
310.
right after ETN. Man, thinking about it, maybe I should have went Ridley over ETN. Or actually, no, Ridley went before. Not liking how the draft's fallen to me at the 12 spot here. Not a favorable spot. But the teams that I think have the best schedule in the playoffs and teams that you should be focusing on in Best Ball Mania, the Bills, who play Dallas, LA Chargers, and New England. New England's like kind of.
I feel like Dallas is fucking incredible defense.
It is a good defense, but I just feel like Dallas gets in a bunch of high scoring games.
Yeah, maybe.
The Kansas City Chiefs, they also play New England, but then they play Las Vegas and then Cincy week 17. Kind of feels weird that the NFL would put Kansas City and Cincy on a week 17 game. Because you would assume that they would like face each other in playoffs. Like that'd be such a quick turnaround.
I mean, that happened last year with Cincy and Buffalo. Remember? Didn't they play right away in the playoffs? Like after the DeMar Hamlin game, or no?
Yeah, but the DeMar Hamlin incident was like week
17.
It was week 17.
It's championship fantasy, remember? Because that was
that's
everyone's
right.
had to decide what
yeah,
happened.
Yeah. Damn, I totally forgot about that.
And I think
I thought that was earlier. We also got.
What's the Dolphins schedule?
Dolphins have a pretty good one. They have the Jets, Dallas, and Baltimore.
Jets, Dallas. I don't think that's good either. Jets defense is going to be nice.
You think they're going to be?
They were good last year.
They were good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
thinking
feel like your brain is stuck like in 2-3 years ago.
No, I'm just going based off like almost like opposing offenses.
You're on the clock.
Yeah.
Ooh, dude. Jones Madison at the fucking turn here is sexy.
Running back 3 and 4.
I know. That's why I'm like, I wish we didn't take.
Yeah,
the running back there.
I agree.
Damn.
Seattle. What's Seattle? Seattle's got Philly, Tennessee, Pittsburgh. Oh my God. I think I'm gonna have to take one of them.
Take one of them, probably. Maybe Kittle too. What? You taking JSN over Jones Madison?
I thought you said take one of them as in a Seahawk receiver.
Oh, no, I was saying one of them
backs?
is in one of the running backs.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn. I mean,
either way, whatever. It's your fucking bum ass team.
Dude, this is such a bummy team. This spot absolutely sucks. Whatever. Aaron Jones. Give me Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones feels way more safe than Alexander Madison. Oh man, this is bad. I feel like I'm forced to take running backs at this spot. It's like the reverse of what it's.
They're good down here, dude. I feel like is Aaron Jones really that much worse than Travis Etienne? Like a full fucking 25 picks later? Like, I don't think so. That's why I feel like the wide receivers or even a quarterback in that spot are better.
But this is like the reverse of what it was a few years ago, where if you had pick 10, 11, 12, you were kind of forced to just take the top end receivers.
Yeah.
Now I'm forced to take like these running. I don't want these guys.
I feel like I would have rather had like Justin Fields at the 312 and then Jones Madison at this turn we just had as your 2-3, you know?
That's fair. Yeah. Looking at it now.
I always knew.
Justin Fields. Let's see the Bears schedule. Bears play Cleveland, Arizona, Atlanta.
I mean,
okay. See,
about to have a Justin Field day.
See, is Atlanta like a good matchup though? Because their defense isn't good, but is their off? Like I feel like their offense is slow paced and probably not going to score so many points that it's like that. It's not. I don't think a total of an Atlanta game is going to be up in the 50s.
Fair. That's kind of fair. It's just a weak defense.
Yeah,
I'd rather have a high scoring game than a shit defense.
So that's why I looked at Dallas as like a good matchup, or even like Miami. Miami's defense is pretty nice, but their offense is going to score. So
that's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what like people in best ball like what stacks they're really targeting.
I feel like they just look at good offenses.
Yeah,
like I don't even know if they look at. They definitely look at shootouts over
like opposing defenses.
Yeah, like shootouts over. I think you definitely want to target high scoring games over than like trying to project whether or not a defense is bad.
Right, because I think year in year out that's just hard to do.
Yeah, especially depending on like obviously position by position, but like running backs, you obviously want bad defenses. You don't want it doesn't matter if it's like really a shootout or not, but
yeah. Lions, they play Denver, Minnesota, Dallas. Could be interesting.
Who does Minnesota play? Last three.
Minnesota has a good one. They got Cincy, Detroit, Green Bay. That
could be nice.
That could be. I don't know how. I mean, Green Bay's offense is gonna be really volatile. I don't think their defense was like anything great last year. All right, let's see some of these comments. I've been ignoring you guys. I'm very, very sorry. Let's see. Dolphin stack. I've been doing a lot. Lion stack in Jacksonville. Chiefs and Bills are tough stack top guys. Yeah, that's
the other thing because it's just like who do you want to stack in Buffalo? It's like Allen and Diggs are both really high up. For the Chiefs, Mahomes and Kelsey are impossible to get.
Yeah, but then Kansas City got a whole bunch of options that just go super late. That you can really. They're all kind of the same thing. You just grab a couple of them at the end. Kansas City. I don't know if I already said this, but they play New England, Vegas, and then Cincy. Jerry Jeudy. I'm very out on Jerry Jeudy.
I'm kind of out on him where he's going to. Where do you go in this draft? Fourth round?
Yeah, middle fourth.
You can get him all the way the fuck out of my face.
I would rather miss out on the Russell Wilson bounce back than like fall for it again.
Same.
I'm okay with somebody else succeeding with that.
Yeah. I also feel like, I don't know. Denver does not seem to be bought into Jeudy at all. I feel like every fucking summer we hear Tim Patrick's supposed to be the guy. And they were like trying to move both their receivers. I don't think they believe in that receiving group at all. I'd much rather have Terry over Jerry Jeudy. Terry over Jerry.
Heard something interesting that like a guy who I really trust is for football knowledge thought that the Commanders could be like a sneaky dark horse team. It's really going to come down to Sam Howell, but
yeah.
I'm not.
They've always had a good defense, pretty much.
They've always had a good defense. Their O-line's pretty solid.
They have a good enough skill player. It does come back down to Howell, and I like Howell.
I don't like Howell, but I mean I will acknowledge that like his junior year he was supposed to be like a top 3 draft.
All he needs to do is be like a little bit more of an accurate version of Taylor Heineke, and like that Washington team could be good.
Yeah.
But Heineke was almost like Mitch Trubisky, just like a lesser known version of him. It's just airmailing fucking balls that should have hit receivers in the chest.
All right. Well, so Brandon Cooks, I'm going to queue up. Definitely want him. We already talked about Dallas's schedule. They got a nice one. Buffalo shootout, Miami shootout, Detroit shootout. Triple shootout in the playoffs. Give me all of Brandon Cooks. Is Brandon Cooks like behind Gallup though? No.
I don't know what kind of offense they're going to run. I'd imagine Cooks is just going to be the slot guy. I don't know what happens in 2 wide receiver sets though. And I could see Cooks sitting in 2 wide receiver sets. I just don't know how often they run that.
This feels a little too early, at least in my opinion, to be taking Kadarius Toney, just because this guy could be an absolute dud.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about it?
I wouldn't take him over most of the running backs that are left there. I don't think.
Baltimore guys. Kind of like Zay Flowers. Quinn Johnson's interesting. I wouldn't take him in this specific draft because we already have Eckler. That's just not a combo I'm really looking for there. But Do you have a preference, Rashad Bateman or Zay Flowers?
I like Rashad. I like Rashad, but there was also something that came out like kind of recently about his foot again, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was kind of serious or not, but if that is, yeah, I don't want really any part of it. But assuming he's healthy, like within the next week or so, I will take Bateman over Zay.
Even if
Bateman's gonna be a guy I'm gonna fall for the next like 4 years in a row. I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep being like, this is the year. Yeah, 100%.
you wouldn't at least wait a year on Bateman.
Now's the time.
Now's the time to
Now's the
jump.
time. If we wait a year, you're too late. He's already hit the moon.
Well, Baltimore's schedule at the end of the season: Jacksonville, San Francisco, Miami. So,
I mean, that's pretty sexy.
that is pretty nice. 3 really good offenses. It'll be interesting how they distribute the ball there with receivers and running backs, really. Because I think we expect J.K. Dobbins to be the workhorse there, but I think Gus Edwards is kind of washed. Bus is broken down.
Love Dobbins.
Love Dobbins.
Yeah, he's another one that's gonna get me. He's gonna get me for a long time. So many guys are just out to get me. It's gonna be a tough 2023.
Loin is cooking.
What do you mean loin?
There's someone
Is that a
in
team
here.
name? Or
Yeah,
I thought he was talking about like my groin.
I thought he was talking about my loins. My tenderloins just out and about.
So that's what I'm saying.
Josh Palmer late round is interesting. He's just not though. I'm sorry to break that to you. I think Quentin Johnson could really eat this year with Herbo, him and Mike Will on the outside, Keenan in the slot. Could be nasty.
I'm excited.
I just feel like the Chargers haven't really had a wide receiver 3 since Herbert's been there. I feel like the buck stops after Mike Williams.
You think?
Is it because they don't have a talented third, or is it because they just like don't?
I mean, what if they go full Kansas City mode this year, where like you're throwing the ball 70% of the time, and Eckler gets 12 carries a game? Like, what if they just hand the ball off 15 times and throw the ball 35 times a game? Now we're talking.
I guess.
Now we're back on Rashad Bateman.
You know what's funny is we always project the Chargers to be like some electric offense, and then I think like when the season starts, they become one of the most conservative, underwhelming.
It sucks.
Yeah. It kind of feels like they're set up for another letdown, to be honest.
Really?
I mean, we haven't like really seen it click in the way that we wanted to.
Yeah.
Samaje Perine going in the beginning of the 9th. It's a nice pick. But over Antonio Gibson and Brian Robinson, I don't know if I agree with that. Why do I like Antonio Gibson this year?
Why do you?
Yeah, why do I? I need like I have a good feeling about him, but I need like facts and reasons to back that up.
He's a good
he's a good pass catcher.
Because
he's a good athlete.
They're going to use him like Christian McCaffrey this year.
Yeah,
just like they did last year.
Hell yeah. Olave, T. Higgins, Devonta Smith are on the board. Who are you taking PPR redraft?
I think I'm taking Devontae there.
I think so too. I think Higgins is the last one.
Me too. I think I'm going Devontae, Olave, T. Higgins.
Does that change if it's not PPR? Like if it's half?
That almost makes me want to go Olave more than Smith.
I was gonna say,
but no, I would take Devontae all the way down to standard,
all the way down to negative points per reception.
Yeah,
what a league that would be. All right, we're almost back up here.
What if you got negative points per? What wide receiver would you draft if you got negative points per reception? Everything else stayed the same.
You would have to go for deep threats. Olave might actually be nice.
MVS would be fire.
Yeah.
3 for 111.
Olave would definitely be the answer because he's getting like a 50-yard touchdown every week. Okay. We don't have a quarterback, don't have a tight end yet. Pat Freiermuth, kind of nice. I want to take my guy. I want to take my guy here. I don't want to say it out loud. Can't say it in front of the face of Oh my God, he knew. My God, he fucking knew. Kirk Cousins, I'm trying to take in every single one of my drafts. That's fucking tragic. Okay. Let's see the Jets schedule.
I don't hate Pat here as a one tight end.
Okay.
Especially looking at the other players on the board.
Yeah. Steelers play Indy, Cincy, Seattle. Yo, that's kind of nice. Cincy and Seattle are going to be nice matchups at the end of the year, I think. And then let's see. Alan Lazard kind of speaks to me. Maybe he's like the wide receiver version of Antonio Gibson, where I don't have any reason.
Alan Lazard speaks
Alan
to
Lazard.
you? I don't think I've drafted him once.
Really?
Yeah. Why would you?
Is he not the number 2 receiver for Aaron Rodgers?
Maybe. He was like supposed to be number 1 last year, and then.
But that's just not what he is. He's not a number 1.
Right, but then
but he's a number 2. I'm not drafting.
But he
him
wasn't.
He
it was like Dobbs and Christian Watson. Like he just kept falling down the depth chart.
I guess I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, like even last year when he was supposed to be the wide receiver 1, like I feel like he just somehow ended up as like the 4.
That's true. We were drafting Alan Lazard last year, being like, "There's literally no one else."
But that's when when the players come out. Yeah,
we just found random people to put
Dobbs,
above
Watson.
Yeah. Fuck. But now it's like he has to be the 2.
Yes.
Garrett Wilson's the one. He has to be the 2. It could be Corey Davis sneaking.
What about
up on
Mecole Hardman?
Oh, dude, I forgot they had Mecole. Forgot.
The team's goated.
It's a nice receiving core. Best receiving core he's had since Nelson Cobb.
He had Nelson Adams after, didn't he?
That's true. He did.
Honestly, literally just having Devontae Adams and anybody else is a better receiving core than what they have right now.
Garrett Wilson?
Wilson's not Devontae Adams.
Not. That's fair.
No one's Devontae Adams.
I don't think Devontae Adams was Devontae Adams, though, when Jordy Nelson was there.
Nah, he wasn't. He was like a handcuff.
But you're right. Like Devontae Adams, end of statement.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we underestimating the amount of viable pass catchers in Baltimore in respect to Andrews' value? Way more targets in town this year, and likely is only getting better.
That's super fair. Andrews is not really a target of mine this year. I don't know where he'd have to fall in order for me to want to take him. Like, where'd he go in this draft? Is he a 3rd-round pick?
Probably. It's funny because last year I feel like you were all over Andrews.
I was, and it was like correct for a minute, and then Lamar kind of like got hurt and
early
everything
3rd.
Yeah, see, like that's too early for me. I would take those like possible workhorse running backs over him. Ramondre, probably Brees, definitely like Hurts and Allen. Andrews would probably have to drop to like where we were picking in that like Ridley Etienne range, I think, and maybe even I don't necessarily love Andrews, and I think Hawkinson's like a really good option that literally went 2 rounds behind him. And Kittle's the guy that I'm probably going to want to target too. So
I think a lot of home leagues, though, you could probably see Mark Andrews getting dropped to the back 3, early 4.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless you play in like a tight end premium, I feel like
we even doing. I still got him at the end of the 3rd last year. But yeah, no, I think the point is kind of fair though. Like we always talk about, targets getting added to offenses and stuff. Like, of course, it's going to hurt him a little bit, I think.
Do you guys think Izzy cuts into Brees' production this year? If so, how much?
No, I don't, because I think Dalvin Cook cuts into Brees' production.
Or Dalvin Cook cuts into Izzy's production, who cuts into Brees' production. I don't know. Izzy Abandakanda, Noah More Parties guy.
Everybody's a Noah More Parties guy.
I mean, even Julius Chestnut sitting on everyone's taxi squad right now. Giants stack is cheap. I think there's a reason for that because I don't know if they have any pass catchers outside of Darren Waller. But the schedule for the New York Giants in the last 3 weeks is the Saints, Philly, and the Rams. Doesn't feel super favorable. Philly's going to be they're obviously a good offense, but also a top defense. Saints, I don't know how many points the Saints are going to be scoring, but they always have a good defense year round or year after year. And the Rams could be a shit show, but they're, if Matthew Stafford's not healthy, they're not putting up points either.
Tony, you're getting absolutely reamed in the comments for that Donovan McNabb guess on TikTok.
When did I guess McNabb?
Philly, the last 25 players to score a rushing touchdown for Philly. And you guess McNabb.
I feel like that was not bad.
Nah, it was bad considering Michael Vick was the last player on the league and he played after McNabb.
They played at the same time.
Nah.
Yes, they did. Vick came in for McNabb.
Right. And then he was the last player to do it. McNabb never came by.
No, these guys don't know ball. Back me up here in the chat. What years were McNabb and Vick on the same team? I feel like there might have been.
I don't even know if there's crossover, brother.
They're 100%. I can almost vividly remember Donovan McNabb getting hurt and then thinking, oh, shit, Michael Vick is back. I was young at the time.
Last year in Philly was 2009. Michael Vick's last year
was first year in Philly.
It doesn't matter. But if he was the last one on the list, then it would be the last year he had. His last year in Philly was 2013, so 4 years later.
No, this is my thought process. What years did they overlap?
1 year.
1 year
in 2009.
Okay, so Vic was the last person on the trivia list. So how was I supposed to know that wasn't like 2009 Vic?
Because it's the most recent players to do it. So that would be saying if McNabb was there at 25, that would basically be saying Vic did not score a rushing touchdown for Philly.
Shit, I'm on the call. Oh fuck! I took Rashad Penny
from. Not terrible.
Okay, I'm taking another Michael. I'm taking another. Fuck! I'm so flustered. I don't have a quarterback. God damn it! Oh, Jared Goff's gone. Russell Wilson. Oh my god, do I do Russell Wilson? Whatever. I hate this. All these quarterbacks suck. I got to defend my honor in trivia here for a second. If he was the last person, if he was number 25, how was I supposed to know that rushing touchdown didn't come from a 2009 season?
The only way McNabb would have been higher on that list, right?
Like, is if he came back in after Vic and got a rushing touchdown.
Vic was in Philly for 4 years after McNabb left. So if McNabb was 24 on the list, that would have meant that Vic did not score a single rushing touchdown in 2010, 11, 12, or 13 for Philly.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair, which is why it's not a great guess, but it's not a bad guess. People acting like McNabb played like decades before Vic.
It wasn't the best.
I was running out of options.
Clearly, yeah.
Whatever. I had Michael Vick. I had Philly Vic in my fantasy team. He won me ships. It don't matter. McNabb encouraged the Eagles to sign Vic as a backup. Yeah, and then he took his
got that $100 million Conchi.
Yeah. Let's go. How do we feel about Mingo on the Panthers? Haven't heard a lot about him.
He's a project, I think, right now. He's kind of a work in progress. He kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Walmart version of where Treylon Burks was last year coming out. Like similar play style, big body, make plays downfield, good with the ball in his hands. I don't think he's as developed as Treylon Burks is as a receiver, though. So I think it's going to take him a little while to really like become a thing and get going.
Adam Thielen, Terrence Marshall, though, kind of underrated assets.
Visca. Let's cook.
Is he with the Panthers still?
I'm not sure.
Anyways, I think my TikTok going forward is just going to be me defending my TikTok or me defending my trivia answers on a different TikTok account.
I think that's a good idea.
I'm going to quote TikTok, quote tweet, whatever it's called, all of our trivias and just be like, guys, it wasn't a bad pick. Here's my reasoning.
I've thought about just making, not on my personal, but it's on BDGE, just doing like 6 TikToks of like people's comments and be like, it's just, you're a fucking moron. You're a moron.
Yeah.
Every time someone's like, you guys are so fucking stupid. How'd you know Samaje Perine didn't play for the Broncos and the Bengals? I'm like, you didn't play a fucking snap, you asshole.
Yeah.
You know? Make me
furious. Make me clench my fists.
Make me fucking outraged.
I got to defend my people. All the people being like, how'd you not know that Prince Amukamara was a giant and a bear? How was he not the first person that came to your mind?
I agree with that question. When you guys think of a Giants Bear player overlap, first player that comes to mind. New York Giants, Chicago Bear. Played a regular season snap for both guys.
You could tell me
both teams.
who's the first player you think of with a first name of Prince? I don't think Prince Amukamara would.
Prince Fielder.
Hell yeah.
You thought I didn't know ball.
You don't know ball.
I know more baseball from probably 2000, 2010 than you do, I think.
Maybe.
I was obsessed with baseball.
I was too, though, but those are early stages.
I was so into baseball cards. I knew the price of like every card down to like the 10-cent marker, I think. Damn. I was like so into it in a weird
Sound like a fucking nerd.
Brandon Marshall played on the Giants.
Oh yeah, I think for a quick second he did.
You serious?
Yeah, if that sounds kind of right. Treylon Burks was a Walmart version of Treylon Burks last season. That's fair. All right. Oh my God.
How bad is your team?
Dude, it's
Russell
so
Wilson's
bad.
your only quarterback.
Yeah,
it's not good.
We got Russ Wilson, Eckler, Etienne, Jones, Penny as our running backs, St. Brown, Debo, JSN, Brandon Cook, Zay Flowers, Alan Lazard, and Fat Pat as our only tight end. Hasn't been going great. Let's look at Russell Wilson's end of season schedule though. Maybe he cooks at the end of the year.
He won't even be the quarterback by that time.
There's a chance, but if he is, Denver Broncos play Detroit, banger of a matchup. New England, not great. And then the Chargers, banger of a matchup. Russell Wilson's going to be on the championship roster of a Best Ball Mania team.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because everyone's fading him. Everyone's like, he's cooked, he's washed.
So who are the weapons to own there then?
You don't want any of them. You just want Russ. He is the weapon. He is the government. Loin getting timed out like an absolute scrub. Imagine joining this league and getting timed out on a pick. How disrespectful. Talk shit about team 3, please. Let's see. After these picks, I got to talk shit about my own team first.
Team 3 feels like the Mark Andrews team.
All right. Okay. Gerald Everett? No thanks. I'm taking Sam Laporta here. Big Sam Laporta guy. Need another tight end. And honestly, Gerald Everett's so dead to me. Taysom Hill, can't rely on him. Dawson Knox, Mike Gesicki. This is our last chance to get anything sexy as a tight end, so I'm going to go taking him. And then, Marvin Mims. Marvin Mims stack. Could be dangerous.
Stop.
Could be sexy. Really need another quarterback. So, okay, is Kyler dead? I talked a lot about Kyler Murray in the last stream, and I have no idea what's good with him.
No idea. How late was his ACL tear? It was late, wasn't it?
I think so. I actually have no idea.
That's the thing that makes me nervous. It's like if he's not
Give me Marquez.
I feel like his ACL tear was late, and if he's not like, it's not even like ready to roll. I just feel like he's not going to run the ball that much coming back from the ACL. And if Kyler's just throwing the ball, we don't want that fucking scrub, you know?
ACL tear was about week 11. He could be back for week 1 because his legs are so tiny.
Is that how that worked?
Yeah, less healing, less mass to be healed, you know? I think so. What if he came back and was shorter? What if he came back and he was like noticeably short, like he was 5'7"?
Isn't he? I feel like he's already 5'7".
I think he was like 5'9" before his ACL
That's what I've been trying to tell people on TikTok.
Yeah, we get roasted for our height. Ain't even for no reason.
Yeah, Kyler scares me. Fade Mims apparently hates it. Yeah. Yo, Tim Pat. I told you. I sent you a picture. Ran into Tim Pat at a fucking bar in Denver.
Yeah,
2 weeks ago. I've been running into hella celebrities, man. That's all I do.
I do too. I just don't mention them to you anymore because I just run into so many.
It's fair.
And then we hang out.
What celebrities do you run into
Today?
No, just in general.
Just in general.
Don't name Barstool people because they don't count anymore.
They don't count?
No. Like I've ran into fucking Emrata yesterday.
Don't know who that is.
Najee. Insane. I sent a picture. I'm sitting down at a coffee shop yesterday working on my laptop right by my apartment, and Emily Ratajkowski walks by me. She's probably the hottest woman I've ever seen in my life. I sent a picture, and I'm in a group chat with men who don't know who that is. I was so close to leaving the group chat. It's not a group chat I want to be a part of. Emrata, Najee Harris.
What is she? Is she just a model? She's not from anything?
She was she got really popular from being in a music video a few years, like from one of Robin Thicke's music videos, but then she became
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, like Blurred Lines or whatever that shit is.
Yeah.
But now she's like the most popular supermodel in the world.
See, that's just not a industry that I would know people from.
She's like iconic too, though. She's not just like a model. She's not just like.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like she is just a model.
No, she's not. Everybody else is just a model. She's actually relevant in like pop culture.
She was in a music video a decade and a half ago.
She's probably in multiple music videos. She's all over social media all the time. Regardless. Idiot. Emrata, Najee Harris, Bradley Cooper. I'm seeing like like A-listers too, you know? Even though Najee Harris is like a D-lister in my mind.
The photo that you sent of Najee Harris was so hilarious because it looked like you were trying to sneak a photo and he caught you right before you took it. He just gave you like this disappointing.
I don't know how,
glare.
But the thing was, like the way I did it, I was pretending I was on a phone call like this. I don't know how he could have known that I was taking a picture of him. I just walked by and like snapped a couple as I went. The kid at the table knew what I was doing though. Because he was on the inside, you know, like cafes have the outside and inside.
Yeah.
He was on the out. This kid was on the outside, was looking at me as I walked by with it. And then Najee was on the inside and they were both looking at me. I was like, and it scared me because I turned the corner and I was like, I wonder if my flash went off when I took that picture. And that's why they were both looking at me.
Probably did, dude. They looked so pissed.
She was part of the fappening. No way.
She was part of the what?
There was like the leak of just like 98 celebrities, women's nudes. Years ago.
It was called the fappening.
How do you know? You don't know about this either?
No,
you're useless.
That's so funny. Oh fuck! I wish. Where was I? God damn it!
For real, it was like
the fappening. I love that name.
I can't believe you didn't know what that is.
Was that like an iconic moment in history?
Yeah, like it was like you know how people ask you like where were you when the Twin Towers got hit? Like that's where were you when the fappening dropped?
No man ever like didn't leave his room for the next like 72 hours.
I'm trying to remember who else was in it. I remember the only one I actually remember was what actress?
Probably don't know. Kaylee.
Take that off the fucking screen.
Who is that?
I don't know who that is. Kaylee Kuko's butt. let me look at Kaylee Kuko.
You're gonna type in exactly that.
This fucking woman.
Oh yeah, she's from the Big Bang. I know people. If
Vanessa Hudgens
from something.
Vanessa Hudgens is certainly
High School Musical.
She was in the fappening. Emily Ratajkowski definitely was not. Otherwise, I feel like I would know that.
The fappening. Oh my god, what an elite name. All right, speaking about elite names, none of them are left here on the fucking board. I might take Kyler just because I
Jennifer Lawrence. That's the one I was thinking of.
Really?
She had a ton of
dude.
pictures.
She's on a giant billboard right outside our office.
Yeah, it wasn't. Didn't love it.
Didn't. Oh, you saw the show or the movie that she was in?
No.
Oh, the fappening.
Make your picture on the clock.
I don't know.
Take fucking Kyler and Zeke.
And Zeke? Oh,
I'm just trying to ruin you now.
Yeah. What about Bryce Young? Do I have a Panther on this team? I do not. Fuck. Kyler, ew. Okay, I'm gonna do Russ and Kyler just double gross. This is like when you already broke your diet and now we're just binge eating. Now we're just doing something egregious. Just to be disgusting.
Deebo Samuel was just the Big Mac that broke us.
Isaiah Hodgins. He's just not this bad. He's not bad enough to be going in the 16th round of any draft. So
76ers, James Harden is picking up his $35.6 million option, and sides are beginning to work together and exploring trade scenarios. Is he getting traded now? Every fucking NBA player gets traded every year. It's out of control.
Eating dons and talking about the fappening.
So we do, baby. We needed another fappening soon.
Yo, Mila Kunis was in it, and Scarlett Johansson.
I don't remember.
Actually, a loaded lineup.
It was insane.
That's crazy.
I think I remember Scarlet Joe.
How did it happen at the same time? Did like one dude just have all these that he's leaking?
There was like a hacker. Yeah. The hacker went in and just fucking dropped a nuke.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Good pun, Dylan. Makes sense. We're doing an underdog draft because this team is rough. Someone hacked the entire iCloud. The whole sky got hacked. I can't get over the name The Fappening. It's fucking great.
Actually, I saw Emily Rada yesterday and didn't even try to shoot a shot.
How often do you think she gets hit? Do you think she's too hot to be hit on? That she just never gets hit on?
I was thinking about that the other day, but like definitely no.
There's definitely just weirdos out there like just
Like
catcalling, whatever.
I wouldn't say catcalling. Like she's probably like relatively protected when she goes out. But yesterday it was kind of weird because she
just had a kid.
It was just her walking down. It was on Bleecker. It was on the corner of Bleecker. She was just walking down with her kid. She was like yelling to her kid about something. They were like singing a song or like really loudly, you know. It almost like she was like trying to attract attention.
It's because no one recognizes. No one knows who the fuck she is.
That's silly.
It's like, oh yeah, I might have seen you in a music video years ago, back when I was in 6th grade.
I saw you in The Fappening. I should have went up and been like, I loved your work. That's the other thing. Like, what the fuck am I gonna say to her? Like, you're such a. She has a podcast too. That I'd be like, you're so good at podcasting, bro.
You're so good at talking.
Want to come in and do trivia?
You know, ball.
That's fair. But you also don't brick if you don't take the shot. You know.
It's true. You can't be shooting 0% if you never shoot.
So you shoot at 0% if you never shoot. It's exactly what you shoot.
No, it's like it's not a number.
No, it's 0%.
No.
Yeah.
If you go 0 for 0, that's not 0%. That's just not a record.
It's 100%.
It's just as much as 100% as it is 0%.
It's 0%.
It's not 0%.
It's 1%.
Divide 0 by 0.
0.
You get
Zero.
Error. You get error. No shot taken. The calculator's just like, no shot. Oh, man. This draft.
I feel like you're doing good.
In what sense? In what sense of good?
Having a good time.
I always have a good time on these. I just don't make any money. I just take the free deposit match bonus from Underdog for using promo code DIMES and then waste it on these drafts because I'm in this room that people join in from the Discord with the link down below, and then they take all my money. Where's he going? Why is he not already on a team?
He's going to re-sign with Dallas.
I like it. I wish he would. Fucking do it.
It's like, doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense not to.
The Cowboys need Zeke. The Browns need Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
The Vikings could really use Dalvin Cook. Stop getting creative with these running back contracts. Just sign your players. Ooh, Mac Jones still lurking out here. Could really use an actual quarterback, and he's gone. And it's all gone. Sam Laporta. Okay, I got 2 picks. 2 picks for the rest of my life. Running back room looking real shallow. Real shallow, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can take another one because I
think
don't
you need another QB.
I think I do too. I need another QB, tight end, and running back, but with only 2 picks.
It sounds like a problem.
It does.
I think you should go with QB and a.
Oh, dude, look at this. This is bad.
I feel like there's like 4 of your favorite players are on the top of the list there.
I don't like any of these guys. I'm gonna
Trey
take
Lance, Jimmy G, Sam Darnold.
So bad. So bad.
Go up. Well, who else?
Okay. Forget.
Who else is there?
No, forget tight end.
Stop.
We need a tight end.
No, you don't. Isaiah Likely though. QB. Go to QB.
I'm taking no fan.
What other? I can't see like the list on here.
Trey Lance,
QBs.
Jimmy Garoppolo, Ryan Tannehill, Baker
going.
Mayfield. What are you talking about?
Up.
Cooper Rush, Gardner Minshew, Marcus Mariota.
All right, enough. Just do Colt McCoy.
Oh my God, you've been no help. Been no help whatsoever. Who do I take? Ryan Tannehill feels like he's going to play more games than people are giving him credit for. I think this is going to be another full season of Ryan Tannehill. Still the starter for
just
now.
being like he's not going to be there, and then he's just there at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I could see it. Malik
Willis, yeah, I feel like his career is over. It was a nice lived short career, but as long as Ryan Tannehill stays healthy, like this is his team. Take your boy Trey Lance. I don't want to take my boy Trey Lance. I have no trust in Trey. Trustless Trey. He could be really nice. Like that definitely is the biggest upside pick in this range, but I don't know if I really want to go upside here. I kind of just want a guy who's going to start a few weeks.
Is there? Yeah, I feel like there's such a little chance that Trey Lance has like an impact in fantasy this year.
Yeah,
I feel like he's definitely like third on the depth chart now.
I think he's going to get a shot, and I think he's going to blow it again.
You think he's going to get a shot?
Yeah. To be fair, he's only played like 3.5 games.
Yeah, but I feel like it's Purdy's job to lose. I don't think he's going to lose it. I feel like Purdy's going to be ready. Everything I've heard, it feels like he's going to be good to go.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's a shit show. Establish the Run says the Sweats and Best Ball Mania triple tap tight end at the end if you miss out on top tight end. Jelani Woods as a sleeper. I kind of like Jelani Woods.
Yeah, dude, I really don't hate like the super late round tight end strategy. I think there's a lot of dudes like that. Just the way the rookie class turned out, a lot of guys that are athletic are going to go straight into a starting role that you can get super late. Like even right there, like Trey McBride, Jake Ferguson, Sam Laporte. Like any of these dudes are late, but also probably the starters on their team. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. Just hate you. Boy.
What about Noah Fant? That's who I went with.
I don't know. Something about Noah Fant just disgusts me.
It's fair.
Do you have like a reason why you like Noah Fant?
Just coming out of Iowa, I thought he was a really talented tight end. And I feel like he had some good weeks last year. He's probably like now buried on the depth chart though.
How many more yards do you think Gerald Everett had than Noah Fant last year?
To be honest, I would say Noah Fant had more than Gerald Everett. Dude, Gerald Everett sucked last year. Why are we talking about Gerald Everett as if he's more dead than Jared Cook? He's more cooked than Jared. Canadian Jared, who's now deported. Rest in peace. Sexy, if you're listening, we love you. Thoughts and prayers.
We miss you, Sexy.
Brock Purdy on track.
Never come back, but we miss you.
I know he's like on track. I just don't believe
you ready? Gerald Everett had the 11th most receiving yards for a tight end with 555.
555.
Noah Fant, playing in 2 more games than Gerald Everett, had the 18th most yards at 486.
So Noah Fant was better.
Not even close.
I still like Noah Fant way more.
Gerald Everett's probably a league winner.
I want Fant to get featured. Why isn't he? Yeah, I don't know.
He's just like a fast robot. I feel like most of these tight ends do this. Like they can't actually move laterally. They just run really fast in a straight line. If you like put it in a bucket for them, they can move. But they're not Dalton Kincaid.
I feel like the depth chart goes Purdy, Darnold, Lance.
That's the way it feels right now.
Yeah, but I just feel like the thought on Trey Lance is he still has a lot of upside in him.
I guess. Don't look at me.
Never. These projections are a joke.
What projections?
These projections, us projecting our legs.
Projecting our insecurities.
Yeah.
If you're talking about the underdog projections, the teams with the highest projections at the end of the draft are always the ones who take the most quarterbacks.
Draft capital and Lance. I mean, yeah, but I don't know how much that's carrying over. That draft was a couple drafts ago. We were getting farther and farther away from that draft.
What?
How much does Trey Lance's draft capital still mean?
Nothing.
It's completely drained.
Like, what would it mean? He's not going to start. He's not the starter. He's not getting traded for a first-round pick. Like, it's fucking shorty.
I know you love this comment right here. Mike Gesicki, average tight end 15 going as tight end 36.
Let's just stop. Just stop.
Oh, you want to not E-Town, but you want to
Mike Gesicki averaged 3 point standard. Hold on. Say it. What are you saying, Tony?
do you want to give the news about the draft weekend?
Oh yeah, we could throw it in here, I guess. If anyone we're looking for one more spot for we're looking for one more spot for the draft weekend in New York this year. Someone just dropped out recently, so we need to fill a spot. And yeah, I don't actually feel like talking about this. I'm sorry. I was more fired up about Mike Gesicki. This guy said he's the wide receiver 15. He was the wide receiver 22 last year.
Tight end 22.
Tight end 22 last year, despite playing in all 17 games, and everyone ahead of him played fewer games.
Damn.
Fuck up out of here. On a points per game basis, he's actually close to the wide receiver. He was the fucking tight end 36. Stop. Get out of here.
I think he had that backwards then.
Yeah. You take him at tight end 15 though, for sure.
Maybe I had it backwards. Maybe I read that comment wrong.
Nah, I think it doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
You going to bed?
I'm hiding behind my mic.
That's all you do here. You just hide behind a mic and a keyboard and a computer screen.
I'm a mic warrior.
All right. I'm gonna call it.
What do you mean?
I'm saying you're dead. You're deceased. You're no more. So thank you everyone for joining us in this draft, hanging out with us, talking about the fappening. If you're not already on Underdog, make sure you use promo code DIMES. Get yourself a 100% deposit match bonus. That's free money. And then if you join the Discord, you can use that free money to get in these drafts with us, which you can make more money. You can turn free money into more money, and that's just good money all around.
That's what we call freedom.
Freedom. That is what's happening here, all right? So subscribe to the channel.
That's going to become part of your vocab.
It is, dude. Happening has been completely replaced with fappening. Oh, dude.
When did you get a computer? When did you get a cell phone? Like 2 years ago for the first time?
No. It's a good question.
Yeah.
It looks beat. You know what else is beat? Happening.
Tony about to be after he Google searches some things tonight. Oh.